Hello. Sorry about that. All right, how's the sound? I'm doing it this way today. It's Friday. I'm gonna use the dice today. We're gonna have a little fun. And I'm just gonna do quick messages. Their feelings, what they're not showing, what they're not saying, whatever comes out, right? And but I want to make sure you guys can hear me though, because I'm using a different microphone. I'm not putting this one on yet, and not until I can figure everything is great. Don't at the end. Everybody seems at the end say, "Oh, the volume's this, and that." I'm asking now, so I don't freak out later. All right, everything is great. Today we're doing super chats after Pisces. Hello, Vatina. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Varian. Hello, Angel. Hello, Nature. Hello, Sonar Alley. And Sanakshir. Sana. I'm going to say Sana. Hello, Sana. And hello, Bernadette. What's up? Hi, girl. What's up? All right. So I am good. Hello, Just Angela. How are you? I'm doing a hell of a lot better, that's for sure. Um, I'm probably 89% better. I think whatever's left over is on its way out. So I definitely am doing better. What a crazy it was. Yeah, that hit me like crazy. That was something else. And I was in denial on last Monday, but it did hit me. All right. So I am going to roll the dice. These are kind of quicker reads today. It's Friday. And if you want to get a question in at the end of Pisces, I will do super chats. And yeah, so let's get going. Aries, 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 Aries. I love the dice too. Hello, Lori. All right, so the dice are going to be little quick predictions. All right. We're looking at days, so maybe 4 days, 12 days, or 8 days. I'm seeing possibility of a Pisces, an Aquarius, a Gemini, maybe a Taurus. All right. I'm seeing feelings. I'm seeing a relationship, but I'm also seeing some sort of conflict. All right. So we might be resolving some conflict, but or there might be some intensity, there might be some pressure around resolving some sort of conflict when it comes to a relationship. All right, so let's take a look at who's coming towards Aries right now. We're looking at feelings. What they're not telling you. Anything they're not telling you. What do I have on the thumbnail? I'm always doing that. I always put something on the thumbnail and then I screw you guys up when you come in. All right. I have the World card. So again, I am seeing something finally wrap itself up. All right. And I was getting that with the dice too. It feels like, all right, it's time that we resolve something. It's time that we button things up and we figure out what the hell this is. What are we doing here? Why do we keep coming back around? All right. Now I have a Page of Pentacles. So you are seeing a sort of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And, somebody's starting to understand that maybe they misjudged this connection. They may have said something and they are now realizing that you took it a certain way or you feel a certain way or they didn't realize how something came across, right? So there is this communication that wants to come through with somebody. It's like, I want to tell you that, I really may have said something that I didn't quite mean, right? And I see the Ace of Swords. So you're getting an apology and you're getting, where it's very sincere. It's somebody's like, look, maybe in the past it was a certain way. Maybe, you know, I wasn't feeling a certain way. Maybe I thought this was, you know, but can we start something new? I don't want to close communication with you. I want to keep communication open. Maybe we can start, you know, fresh, and really just try to take things slow. You know, so I am seeing a decision being made to give something a second chance. Now you have judgment, which can be fire energy as well. And so it can also be Scorpio energy as well too. And it's like you're clearly on my mind all the time is what I'm hearing. And it's like, but I maybe can only, you know, you might be judging my feelings because I can only talk to you so much and I'm only given so little right now, but maybe I'm trying to keep it slow for in the beginning for a reason. It doesn't, that is not judging my feelings for you. It's just saying that maybe the timing is challenging and we need to keep things at a slow pace right now. I may have misunderstood you. I didn't realize how much I may have said something that you took in the wrong way, but I do feel an apology coming in for my Aries. All right. And with the World card, it does tell me you're wrapping something up. It feels like, you know, we can't just keep going around in circles with something. We need to make a decision and move forward. All right. Now, let's see Taurus. Yes, I'm going through each sign. Aries through Pisces. No, I'm not doing Aries through Pisces for this one. These are quick ones for the weekend. I'm doing the dice today. All right, Taurus, I'm rolling the die for you. So we're looking at days, 2 days, 6 days, or 10 days. You may hear a secret that could surprise you, but it feels like a destined conversation that could change you, change your relationship. Very powerful, transformative relationship for my Tauruses. All right. It's time to step up and take accountability. You know, maybe somebody has been given off a sense of something's happening, something's changing. Maybe you've been feeling something for a while, and now that's about to come into reality. I have a Virgo, I have a Leo, I have a Taurus, I have an Aries, possibly a Cancer. All right. Mondays, Wednesdays sometimes, and I do them on Sundays. I'm doing September's readings right now. They'll be on Sunday. All right. So somebody here feeling a little bit on the defense with you. All right. I said something maybe I wish I could take back. You know, my pride got in the way. I wanted to be right. I didn't want you to call me out. You know, we are constantly maybe triggering each other, saying things, and at some point it's just, we just say things just to you know, to trigger each other. But now I feel like you've got somebody here that's been sitting back wondering if it was worth it to say something that they said to you that they didn't mean. You know, look at this. I've got feelings for you. Maybe in the moment I thought that I could be okay saying something, and, you know, I thought I would get over it. I thought you'd get over it. I thought I'd be done with it. But now I'm sitting here and I am missing you, or I'm thinking about the very last thing I said and wondering if I can fix it. All right. The way they view you is the Page of Cups. So it's like you're somebody that has triggered some feelings with them, and you're sweet, and maybe you didn't deserve something that they said. right? They don't feel like they should have been so, I don't know, sharp with what they said to you or confusing you, you know, because this is somebody that has feelings for you, but they just don't know what to do with them. And so it was easier to protect my pride than it was to, you know, be vulnerable around you. You know, and they see you as somebody who's sweet and very tender, and, you know, and you don't deserve some of the ways that they have been talking to you. Their next actions or intentions is the Three of Cups. So, you know, they may come around and test the waters with you because they have a natural pull to you and enjoy your company. They may try to get through to you through somebody else, you know, and they may have told somebody else that they weren't interested, but they weren't being honest with that person either. You know, they're trying to keep it light for some reason. But I see them trying to connect with you again because they can't settle or sit with what was last said with you. You know, so they're wanting to open up communications. And I see the Page of Cups here, which is somebody here that is just feeling, I feel like a little guilty, like, well, how could I not be honest or be 100% myself with Taurus? I'm really missing them, and they are so sweet. So it could be a friend of yours that maybe has more feelings for you, but they had said or they acted like they didn't. That could be a possibility here. I see somebody wanting to connect with you again and reaching out to you. All right, Gemini. 12. All right. All right, Gemini. Let's roll some dice for my Gemini. All right, so in it could be as early as 1 day, 2 days, 6 days. I do see up to 10 days. All right. You also have somebody that's very familiar to you. They're not always they're kind of always hazy. They give you some signs that they're into you, and then, you know, they just leave you kind of guessing. But expect something really bizarre from them. Something really bizarre. An action, maybe finally holding themselves accountable, maybe stepping up to the plate, maybe doing something silly that gets your attention. I have a Libra, I have a Sagittarius, I have a Capricorn, and I have a Pisces. There is kind of a Leo there. There may be a Leo. And I see the Magician here, which can be Gemini energy as well too. And so you're seeing somebody pull all the tricks out of the bag, right? They're trying to do whatever they can. Maybe they feel like they've got to say something to you. They've got to fix something with you, or they're just feeling really attracted to you, but you know, how can I get your attention without looking silly is what I'm getting. How can I make something or get your attention and get something started or fix something in a way that seems like it's happening naturally, but I'm kind of making it happen. Again, you have the Page of Cups, so you've got some crushy poo. You got somebody here that's really in their feels, really feeling kind of, you know, sensitive towards you. And look at this. I have the High Priestess. And it does. It feels like, you know, I just kind of want to lurk I just want you to know I'm there. I want you to feel my presence. You know, I kind of stay silent about my feelings, but I want to do something that makes you know that I'm still there. I don't know why somebody would do this. I don't know if they're just not ready to take the next step, but they want you to know on a deeper level that I'm feeling you, that I really am inspired by you, that I admire you, that I'm attracted to you. It is kind of young and immature energy. Could be somebody younger, could be something newish. But what it feels like is I don't want you to feel any harm by anything that I had said or done or didn't do. You know, any actions in the future, I'm just getting the Hermit card. It just feels like somebody would rather stay in the shadows, but really wants you to know that they're there. You know, I'm not ready maybe to come out of the silence. I'm not ready to start something again. The light's still on though, and I hope that in the future maybe something will come of this. But right now, maybe I can send you a message, a sign that shows you that I'm here and I'm attracted to you and I really do think about you. All right. So I am picking that up. You have strong major arcana here, Virgo, and you have Pisces, Cancer energy at the same time. So going back to the bizarre thing I said, somebody may do something randomly crazy just to kind of get your attention to say, you know, I'm here. I'm still hooked on you. I'm still thinking about you. All right, Gemini. All right, Cancer. You are welcome. Thanks for hanging out, keeping that chat going. I need your help, guys, because I've been sick. And you know, if you're not here chatting and talking, the algorithm says, see ya. All right, Cancer. Let's roll the dice. Hello, Brittany. All right, so we're looking at days. 5, 6, or 9 days. On one of those days, I am seeing, I've learned my lesson, maybe an apology, but some things are too good to be true, so be careful. All right. Be careful. All right. So there could be some dissolving. There could be some conversation that says, you know, but I see sweet talk. I see sweet talk, right? And the boundaries are going to come from you if that's the case. So I see an Aries, I see a Taurus, I see a Leo, and I see a Virgo. I am feeling better. Thank you. All right. Hello, Miss Barb. All right. So someone can't get enough of you. They feel you. You're so good to be around. I mean, Cancer, there you are. I mean, how could I not want to talk to you if you're giving me attention? You know, you got it going on. You know, but there's some fool's gold in there. And there's somebody that knows how to swoon you. And, you know, let's see what's going on here. The Chariot card, very focused on you, and the Page of Wands. And, well, the Ten of Cups. I don't know. You know? It's like, I imagine, I'm very much, I can see a future with you, Cancer. Maybe I have learned my lesson. Maybe I am willing to fight for you. Maybe I have decided that it's time to make a choice. I think the part I'm picking up on is this Page of Wands. It's like, is this somebody who's flirting? Is this somebody who loves to be in love with you? Is this somebody that loves to talk about the future? Is this somebody that, talks a good game but doesn't take action? That's where I'm getting it can be dreamy. This person can swipe you off your feet. I mean, there is a strong attraction towards you. But the Ten of Cups and the Chariot card tells me maybe your person is growing up. Maybe they're trying to. Maybe they want to. Maybe they're starting to take things a little bit more serious. Maybe it's time. Time to finally make a decision and stop debating. Maybe something is clicking with them and they are starting to visualize or see what it would be like to settle in with you. I just see, the playfulness here with the Page of Wands says, slow down, because Cancer, there's your energy too. It's like, just slow down and make sure that they're being real with you. Because somebody returning pretty quickly here to pick you up, take you somewhere, whether it's in a dreamland or it's actually traveling to go somewhere or getting together. Somebody wants to make plans and get together with you. Is what I got here. All right, Cancer. Leo. I can't believe how fast we went through Leo season. Isn't that wild? Leo didn't even get a chance. Lori, I'm sending you love. Your bad luck's going to change instantly. No more bad luck. No kidding. All right, Leo, I'm going to roll the dice for you and give you a quick message and then pull some cards. All right, Leo, in 1 day, 2 days, and up to 10 days. All right, so you have the day 1, day 2, and day 10. All right, we are looking at we got some good luck for you coming in, some romance through a text, email, actual communication. So you will hear it in 3D. I am seeing destined. This is somebody here that could create a lot of change in your life. And I'm seeing big change, influential change. It's somebody who wants to be seen with you. So maybe being seen in public or going somewhere in public or running into each other in public could get something started that it feels fresh. It feels good. And it's got your energy all over it. Now I'm seeing a Sagittarius, I'm seeing a Libra, I'm seeing a Scorpio, and a Capricorn, right? The Justice card. So somebody's been weighing things out pretty carefully. Somebody's been thinking about something that maybe they didn't say to you or they want to say to you, and maybe it's time to say to you now. It's a Libra energy as well. Look at this, the Ten of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. I don't like the way I left things. I don't like the way I left you hanging. I don't like how bad things ended. I don't like how I feel. It's really weighing on somebody, the thought of how things ended or how you left things the last time you spoke. You know, it's like, are you willing to find a way to build, if there's anything left that we can build? Can we make it work again? And I see the Emperor card. So again, like I said, this is actual communication, destined energy. It feels like it's going to be a big thing for somebody. You have an Aries energy here with the Emperor, but you have somebody here who wants to take back the relationship and fix it. You know, wants to rebuild a solid relationship, wants to, you know, be accountable for something that they feel guilty about. I don't, you know, sometimes it takes a minute for me to think about how I really left you feeling, how I left things. But it looks like somebody needs to make peace with my Leos, right? And wants to make things better, wants to get things back into good standing with you. The Justice card. Making peace with somebody. All right. All right, we have Virgos. All right, Virgo. Happy birthday, Virgo. All right, let's see what's going on with you in 5 days, 6 days, 9 days, 5, 6, 9 on those days, right? I see a Cancer, I see Aquarius, I see Gemini, I see Pisces, and I am seeing some radical change. All right, again, you're getting something unexpected. This could be a big shift in a relationship, very powerful, something that's going to change the course of your relationship in a dramatic way. You know, you're breaking away from something. It's a go big or go home. So, you know, this can be whether we're breaking away from a situation, we're going somewhere, or we're breaking out of being stuck and we're finally moving. But it is about relationships, though. And there's a blessing in there. Now, I have the 5 of Swords. So somebody here is still kind of trying to figure out, you know, what to say. Somebody said something just to kind of win the argument. That's what, you know, it's like they left you guessing. They wish they didn't say something, or they wish they finally said something to you. You got the Justice card for you. You got the Lovers card. You got a very strong soul contract here. Soul bond with somebody. Both you guys are kind of left confused about the situation. We both feel a connection. We both played our part. You know, but somebody's got to throw the towel. Somebody's got to give in. Neither of us maybe were honest with each other, but we both choose each other. There's a love that's undeniable. So this could be a twin flamey relationship. Very karmic. And I chose my pride rather than being honest with you. But look at this, Six of Cups. This is somebody that can't stop replaying what they had said or done. And they're feeling really, I mean, this is, I don't know what today is. Today must be the guilt day. I don't know. Because it's Friday and it is the lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse still. And we are seeing here that somebody here really has not stopped playing over and over and over. You know, I was wrong, but couldn't let you be right type of energy. And it is weighing on somebody so much that it's like, what do you do but finally reach out and confess? So it's on their mind. Nobody feels, this is a connection that nobody compares to you. No matter what it seems like, nobody compares to you. The love was real between you and this person. Now, I could be picking up on what's about to unfold over the next couple weeks, but it does look like here that you have some soul contract here that's trying to come back together, that's trying to reconcile. Can we forgive one? Can you forgive this person? I have Gemini, Libra energy as well, and a strong love soul connection. You know, somebody's selfishness and pride. All right. It is going to get better for you. Of course it is. All right, let's see. Libra. All right, Libra. Let me roll the dice for you. We're looking at 11 days, 2 or 3 days. So on the second day, the third day, or the 11th day, you're going to have a secret revealed. One that's going to be like, I told you so. I am seeing challenges with somebody that is very close to you. You know, you may finally confront some sort of, you know, there's a confrontation here, and it's time to step up, basically. So there could be some confrontation. But I am seeing here, though, that there's a lot of feelings there. So it's like we may trigger each other. We may not understand or know where this relationship is going. But at the same time, you may get some truth, you know, like I said, some secret revealed. But it's not going to change. It's going to grow the both of you. It's going to teach both of you something. I have Gemini, I have Taurus, I have Leo, and I have Aries. So you have the High Priestess here. So this is talking about something that's been hidden, you know, something that's been in the silence, Somebody's been, you know, thinking about something. They know more than they're saying. You know, you got a twin flamey energy here too, especially with the number 11. You know, and you know, and that's where the lessons come in. And it's both of you. It feels two-sided. Look at this, the Lover's card. The Queen of Cups. And the Death card. All right. You know, so there's been some change here with somebody, and the way this person views you is just like the way you make them feel. They're drawn to you. You're very intuitive. You know more about, you seem to know what they're going to say or do before they even do it. They don't understand how you get them. But it looks like we can't let this go, and something is changing. So maybe I am connecting with, do you notice that? I don't do that very often, but lately I've been connecting with these relationships that could be coming back around. Very powerful relationships that we change. Your person's not going to be who you thought they were. All right, so you've changed this person. You've changed this person in a lot of ways. And that could be the secret that they're telling you, that maybe they hid from you, that you meant more to them, or what happened in your relationship with them really changed them on a deep level. And it's one that they can't unsee. So this is a relationship that, you know, is very deep. You feel spiritual, very emotional depth with each other. And it's a relationship that has changed somebody so deep that only you would understand. So there could be some confrontation over this. There could be some talk. There could be some somebody coming in and confronting a situation, and maybe you're realizing how much you really meant to somebody. And these kind of relationships do happen, and they are true. So some people think they're like a cliche, you know, some people think they're not true, but a lot of us who have been through these kind of relationships, we know what they feel like. And it doesn't guarantee that we're going to be together. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen in this lifetime. You know, but we all know that it does something to us that changes us from inside, and we're never the same. I will never be the same. You will never be the same. After this, they rip something out of you, the root out of you. You do the same thing to them, and it sends us down a different path, and it changes us forever. And that's the kind of relationship here that is happening. And maybe this is what's coming towards my Libras right now, and somebody wanting you to know that they felt it too. They definitely felt it too. All right, the connection. They know more than they have let you know, which can also drive you crazy, because it can make you feel crazy if somebody else doesn't validate what has happened. You know what I mean? So, but again, that does not mean that you guys meant to be together, or could be together in this lifetime, or should be together. But it does validate that what has happened has been a very traumatic, dramatic change in your life. All right. Scorpio. All right. Hello, Mr. Asin. You're welcome, nature. All right, Scorpio, let's roll the dice for you. You have number 11, 10, and 2. So 2 days, 10 days, or 11 days. And I am seeing you have a twist, a plot twist. What you think is going to happen is going to change. Something is going to get bigger. Something is going to expand. Something is going to grow. You have a relationship that could be hidden, that could be exposed. Somebody may be declaring feelings towards you, hidden feelings that you did not know. That could shock you. Now, this is meant to expand into the future. So this is meant to grow big, all right? So this could be a relationship status change that shocks you, whether that's a makeup, breakup, wake up. But it does look like the eclipse energy is bringing forth some secret or truth in a relationship as well. And I just see very attractive. I don't know, very, very attractive. You have Jupiter and Venus, which can be a big gift, big blessing. Maybe somebody's going to give you a gift. It could be a ring, could be a marriage ring for some of you, proposal. It could just be great success, abundant feeling on those days. So something is changing. Something big is changing. I'm picking, that's even collective. It feels collective, you know. 8 of Wands, firecrackers, rapid movement. Lots of things coming at you at once. That's fireworks happening. So something could happen if things have been just quiet, they're not going to be quiet for much longer. You may have a bunch of messages coming at you at once. I see fire energy. You have a Sag, you have a Capricorn, Libra, Scorpio, another Scorpio, and you have a Leo, right? 7 of Wands. So somebody ready to bust out and initiate contact. 7 of Cups. And you have the Hierophant. Somebody about to lay down and say something and defend their stance. Maybe confronting you, testing you, defending themselves, defending you. You know, you have somebody here letting down their guards, though, and letting their feelings show through. So there could be somebody that's in your orbit. It doesn't have to be the person that you're thinking about. There could be somebody around you that is starting to peek through. It could be somebody new that's coming into your life that's wanting to establish something real with you. It's like they're going to say something and it's going to bring something into reality. It's going to bring your relationship into reality. An important decision. So again, for some of you, you could be changing your status of a relationship. Right. I have Taurus energy here too as well. Somebody wants to change their status with you. All right, Sag. All right, Sagittarius. The number 7, the number 9, and the number 10. So day 7, day 9, or day 10, right, is what I'm looking at. You have some luck, and you also have some powerful change that could totally just change everything about your situation. Now, there's a lesson in there, and there's a gift at the same time. You know, it's meant to change you, and it's not in the way that you think. So you could get some shocking truth about a person, about a relationship, that just changes everything. Now, you have a Virgo, you have an Aries, you have a Sag, and you have a Leo, possibly a Capricorn. Three of Pentacles here. 9 of Swords. So guilt and anxiety is keeping somebody up at 3 a.m. 9 of Wands. Somebody is torturing themselves. Somebody is exhausted with what they did or did not do. You know, it's somebody here who wished or wanted to establish something with you, who really cares about you and wanted to build something with you. Maybe wishes they still did or could. If I could have it my way, I would be home with you. I would be building something with you. And this is where, like, you see this radical truth coming through. It's one of these, like, damn, I guess somebody really did have to take a couple left turns down some dead ends before they realized where home was. Home is where the heart is. You know, but it looks like somebody wants to come home. Somebody is thinking about making it work with you. You know, and you got the 6 of Swords. So this could be somebody that actually shows up at your house, travels to you, is moving towards you. All right, Sag, Capricorn. right, Capricorn. You have the number 9, the number 5, and the number 8. So those days, 5, 8, 9. I have a Taurus, Capricorn, Leo, Aries, maybe a Pisces. You are getting feelings from this person. You may be feeling this person around you. They may come in quick. They may, you know, things may feel too good to be true at first. But they may surprise you. It may be true. It looks like, you know, there's a relationship that's been forming, or somebody here has been thinking about you, thinking about how attractive they are to you. You seem to be very attractive. You know, so the wishy-washy feeling that you might get could be that they are mesmerized, and maybe they are second guessing whether or not you'll really be attracted to them once the dust settles. They may say something that, I think Gemini got this. They may say something that shocks you. They may say something that is so out of the ordinary, but it makes you really feel them or trust them. I got the Chariot, so I'm seeing full send. I'm seeing they're not even second guessing themselves. It looks like somebody returning. You have a Cancer energy. You have somebody wanting to talk to you, somebody wanting to connect. Somebody feels the same way you do, but they may have a harder time expressing themselves, which is where I'm feeling that fuzziness. You know, they may be wondering, like, how, are you really attracted to me? But you're not imagining this. This is somebody here that really wants your attention. Things could accelerate pretty quickly between you and this person. I'm getting the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So, you know, it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. But they're drawn to you and pretty confident in what they want. And it looks like they want to build something real with you. The Ace of Pentacles can be the initial start. It's like, you know, let's talk, let's get together. I don't just want to feel this. I want to build it. I want to do it. And it could lead to something a lot more long term. I just think your person is feeling like the more they have feelings for you, the more they're questioning whether or not you're really attracted to them. Could you get better? Or do you deserve better? Aquarius. Those were good cards. I agree. My nose is a little runny. I do have some sinusy issues that's been happening. That's the part of what's left over, is the fun part. All right, Aquarius. You have the number 2, so 2 days, 10 days, or 11 days. Conversation that brings clarity and growth. Through a friendship that somebody really wants to see you. Somebody wants to be seen with you. Somebody is happy to hear from you. And this is a destined relationship too. This person is meant to cross your path. Meant to activate you. It could start off as a friendship and lead to something more. But this is kind of spiritual love. This is real. Feels like you and this person get each other on a spiritual level, even if it's not grounded in reality yet. It just, we both kind of think the same way. You may go somewhere, somebody may ask you out for some of you. Could be a Cancer, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Somebody who has a new car, somebody, something new, wants to share something new or some news. And I just see driving somewhere, going somewhere. Some destination, a movie. I don't know, Aquarius. Aquarius going on a date. That's what that all could be. Let's see. All right, you have the High Priestess. So you definitely have somebody feeling you and lurking. Look at the Knight of Wands. This could surprise you. This does look like somebody here that's building up the courage. It's spontaneous. It's quick. It's somebody that wants to have a little fun, some spice, some sexual energy, some playful energy. And it feels fresh. It feels real. It feels like, we just can go have some fun. Maybe I have more feelings for you than I've been letting on, But to me, it's something's going to make you very happy. News that will make you very happy. So it's somebody who hasn't let go of you. And this has been maybe a coworker, a friend, somebody you work with, somebody that's been moving kind of slow, being very cautious. This isn't somebody that that jumps into relationships quick. And they may play like they don't want to commit, but they are very strong committers. Right? So they may try to act like they're inconsistent, they're fun, they're playful, and yet the real deal though. So they could be testing you in some ways, wanting to build. And it looks like they're wanting to take their chance. So it looks like your luck's changing with this person. It feels like they are getting something with, they want to take a risk, they want to take a chance, and they're about to roll with it and take their chances with you. So somebody could confess here that I'm not the player you think I am. I'm wanting something real serious with you. And I do have a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. And Pisces, we made it. A little bit longer, but still under an hour. All right, Pisces. Now, what they're not telling you. All right, you have the number 1, 2, and 6. So day 1, day 2, or day 6 from now. I see news. And I see new. New news. Communication through a friend. Somebody might tell you something. There could be some gossip. There could be something you see on social media. All right, there could be something you want to look closer at. You know, something might look one way, but be another way. Clarity around somebody who is pretending to be something they're not. There's an illusion, and you're going to see the truth of somebody. They may slip and say something. They may post something on accident. They may send you something that they meant to send somebody else. But it's fated, and it's supposed to happen because it's bringing you clarity about something. And it's something you cannot unsee. And look at this. It's been something that's been weighing on somebody, exhausting somebody. Somebody been wanting to do something or say something for a while. And it looks like it could happen on accident. Hit and send when they don't mean to hit send. It looks like they're going to feel bad afterwards. You know, it looks like it's going to, they've been sitting on something, but it looks like they're going to feel guilty. So watch for messages that come through. And I'm seeing the Knight of Cups. I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. To me, it feels like somebody may say something stupid they didn't mean when they have feelings for you. And, you know, making excuses or coming up with excuses. And just not wanting to face a difficult situation. So because they're trying to avoid a difficult situation, they're going to get caught in a stupid way. You know, they may send a message, or they may send, like I said, send a message to the wrong person. And it kind of feels like it's going to be exposed, feelings that they may have for you or for another. But they need to choose between two, and it looks like it's going to be chosen for them out of some dumb mistake, you know, which is, I don't believe in mistakes. So they may be exposed, you know, by fate. And that's what I have for you. Surprise! All right, and... right, you can only hide stuff for so long. It'll come out eventually, one way or another. All right, so I have a few questions. Let's get going. It is Friday, so whoever's here, I will pull, and then I am out for the weekend. I do appreciate all you guys that are here. All right, let's see. I think I have... okay, Miss Barb. All right. Let's get going. Fernando. All right, Mr. Fernando. I was going to go, Mr. Roboto. Hey, that's a new one. I have never done that before. Mr. Fernando. We need something different, right? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I gotta put that timestamps up. Mr. Fernando. Hey ho, Mr. Fernando. No. Stop right there. Stop. Don't go any further. All right. he has surprised us and showed up before. I feel bad because I think I've talked to him a lot. I think I've done readings for him way in the past, and I don't have a memory. I remember you guys. I remember so many of you guys, but there's just so many in 6 years, but I don't always remember like who or what, and you know, and but I never forget your name. I try to remember everybody and everything. I feel like you're a Virgo, or you're in love with a Virgo. Teacher. Or you're Aries. You're fiery. You're fiery. You really love a Virgo. Huh. Tell me what Mr. Fernando needs to know. All right, so looking good. Always a good start. 6 of Wands. And being acknowledged, and finally people seeing you for who you are and what you've been doing, what you've been putting in. Maybe you're getting some recognition at work, or you're winning some argument with somebody. You know, just show up and keep on showing up, because this is showing that what you're working towards is bringing you it's getting you seen. You're being seen. Whenever you cause conflict, you know, you're seen for who you are, you're appreciated, and people do look up to you. But it's also a little win coming your way too. So if you've been needing a little win, or feeling like, you know, you just got a bunch of shit coming at you, a bunch of problems but no solutions, it looks like there is a solution coming your way. Now, your energy, the Ten of Swords, so maybe you are feeling a little run down, tired of people throwing their shit at you. Done. You know, exhausted. A lot of people are feeling that way right now, and there's nothing going on. I think people are exhausted from nothing going on. Like, people really asking me to dig into places to find some excitement in your lives, where I wish I could pull some rabbits out of the hat. Is that what you say? I wish I could make some magic happen. It's like we need something. It's like the stories. We need some new story. Something different. People running out of ideas. People running out of hope. It's like things happen so fast, and there's always something new and exciting going on, and then we're programmed to expect something different every moment, every day. And now there's nothing that excites us anymore. And so you get into these kind of boring places in your life, and it feels devastating. It feels like an emotional void. Like, got to throw ice picks at each other just to feel something. And that's a collective thing that I get from a lot of you. A lot of people just kind of looking for something, make me feel a certain way. Just done with it. Give us something real already. What's your biggest challenge? Look at this, the Four of Cups. Everything that comes your way just is temporary satisfying, but it's not the real deal. It's like, it doesn't even feel good eating the cookie anymore, you know? It's like, so what? I cheated. Feeling bored and feeling stuck, and oftentimes finding yourself going back to being what's going on in the past, what happened in the past. What we always go back to the past when there's nothing new coming in. You can't, wait a minute, we're in an eclipse, Fernando, so you're getting full Scorpio moon here. Like, I just felt like Wednesday Adams there. Like, damn. Should I go? Sometimes I'm like, why do people come to me? I'm like, I'm the last person sometimes you want to come to. I like, seriously, I don't even count my calories anymore. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Come after me? Yell at me? Got a belly? Doesn't even matter anymore. It just seems like nothing satisfying, nothing in the temper, nothing in the and what's coming towards you. I do see the Four of Wands here. I see the King of Pentacles. You could be having somebody come into your home, somebody near your house, somebody around you. Are you thinking about doing something different to your home? Having people over? You have to, I feel like right now, look at the little wins that you have. Maybe you're working towards long-term goals, and so you're not always seeing your efforts pay off. That can suck for the King of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, I got some long-term goals. I'm gonna make it there. I've got some investments going on. Um and you really do have to try and find ways to celebrate some of the little wins on the way, especially if you're working for something big, something major. Because I do see, you have successes around you, but maybe they're just not fulfilling you. Are there some new events coming up? People gatherings that, maybe you need to build some stability with some new people around you. Build habits, build date nights, build event nights, build host parties, go places, do something, spend money if you can. But I feel like it's not as bad as it might seem. It just may feel like you're just done and bored with what's being offered to you. And so if you're done and bored with what's being offered to you, it's because you've outgrown something. You've outgrown your situation. You've outgrown your living situation. You've outgrown this milestone. You need to be challenged. You need to challenge yourself. So this could be stepping up and advancing in some area of your life where you really do have to push yourself. And sometimes the King of Pentacles has a plan and sticks to it forever and doesn't change easily, you know, and it's like you might need to change plans. Try something new, try something different. There could be a person that is around you that is adding some influence in your life, adding some value to your life. I am seeing settling down somewhere. So if you've been thinking about settling or getting something new, buying something, this could be a moment that brings you joy. Do something that brings you comfort. Buy something, spend something, or change your environment that brings you comfort. Anything else Spirit wants you to know? I see the Hermit card. You know, maybe you've been spending too much time alone. And it's time to reconstruct your life. You don't have to. The Hermit can stay exactly the way they are and live this way or this hermit way and stay this way for as long as they want and be fine with it. It doesn't seem like anything here. There's no major arcana. It just feels like some internal compass that says, I'm just over it. But if you've been sitting in this energy for quite some time, you know, it does take some drastic changes at times to get yourself out and do something different. Move somewhere, go somewhere. You know, the Six of Pentacles, repaying debt. I don't know if you've got to repay some debt. Maybe somebody owes you something. Maybe it's been something a long time coming. You've got to repay something, or it's time to do something that's been a long time coming. I am seeing be more generous with your energy and time. Make time. There could be somebody repaying something they owe you. And I am seeing family, investment, home. And so you are seeing something around. There could be money or investment or something coming through the home life or marriage, relationships. And time to weigh out what you're giving and who you're giving your time and money to when it comes to work and home life is what I have for you. So there is a milestone here, though, when it talks about celebration, an anniversary coming up or some sort, and might be a good time to weigh things out or reorganize your life or take a look at what your next step is when it comes to selling something, buying something, or moving. All right, Mr. Fernando. See you later, Miss Lauren. All right. All right, let's see. Energy around the weekend. All right, what holiday is it? All right. So energy around the weekend. Let's see what's going on this weekend. Thank you, Lauren. Okay, I'm going to put the Banners. All right, let's see. Thank you. All right, look at... Yes, you're on there, Sana. You're showing up, Emma. Your energy, Queen of Cups, looking good, feeling good. You know, setting off your vibe. Look at this. 3 of Cups. 6 of Swords. That's smooth sailing. You're giving off a good vibe. People are catching your vibe. Your friends, your family, the people you're around. And it feels like you're just a good vibe to be around. Keeping things chill, staying focused, keeping things simple, and just keeping things light. And if there's any kind of socializing or texting or connecting with anybody, just keeping it light. It looks like you're giving off a really good energy no matter where you are. You're very receptive to what's happening around you. And so you're reading the room. You're reading the situation perfectly. Which means if you're getting a text, you're receiving, you send something, it's like there's no sweat. I don't have to try too hard. I don't have to do anything. I just got to keep it simple and keep rolling forward. Hanging out with people, it shows hanging out with people. Keeping yourself occupied and plenty of enjoyment. It looks like people like being around your energy this weekend. You know, there could be a lot of people fighting for your attention, and there could be some drama. But to me, that's just, you know, people around you. And the Fool card. It's more like playful drama. Children, childish behavior, having fun, playing games, teasing each other. There could be some teasing this weekend. Be mindful of reckless behavior if you're having too much fun. Be mindful of conflict if somebody's trying to, you know, mess up your day. But to me, it just feels like a bunch of people very active. Actively playful. There's no plan. And there's just hanging out. Do you have a lot of people around you this weekend? You know, I have motherly energy as well. So, taking care of business around the home, nurturing your family, your garden, feeling good, and genuinely giving off a good vibe. Things growing in your relationships. Maybe there's some, maybe your child, or there's some conflict with your child. Just because there's conflict, it doesn't mean, it could be just something that comes up. It doesn't have to be hectic or chaotic. It's just conflict. Anything with love in general. I see the King of Wands. There he is. He's still got his eye on you. And it seems like everything looks very good. Everything looks very pleasant. Unless I'm looking for something, I don't see anything that's really standing out. Except mother and child and some drama, you know, family drama, you know, just kind of settling some things up or doing some stuff or just being active. You might have some restless energy. Maybe that's what it's showing. Restless energy could be coming in. This could be going on behind the scenes, but it doesn't look like you're really giving that off as a vibe. And love energy, it seems like they're drawn to you. Very drawn to you. Thank you, Crystal, for the jewels. Any advice for you? The High Priestess, just keeping quiet, keeping to yourself, and just still, you know, saying less and listening more. So this could be a good weekend to where maybe you go quiet a little bit. Sometimes you test the waters and you just kind of, I feel confident, I feel quiet, very feminine energy, pulling back my energy. And maybe trusting a little bit more, maybe saying less and seeing what they say, letting them talk more, letting them initiate. So really that's the only advice I'm getting, is just to enjoy the company of the people that are around you. It's a very good energy around you. Being a little bit more mysterious this weekend, maybe letting them question what, doing something that's off the beaten path. You know, being a little bit more quiet, not too gameplay-y, not too, you know, but just kind of listening in more for them, looking rather than talking so much to them, pulling your energy back a little bit so their energy comes towards you. And I see the Strength card. So you're still building it, you're still building the bond, and you're still, stay confident. And the relationship is still healing and growing. I don't see any other conflict. Right? So anything else about Stefan? I know you didn't really ask about it, but I got the Knight of Wands. He's showing up full Sagittarian energy. He's still showing up, pursuing and interested and talking to you and connecting with you. So his energy is still drawn towards you. And that's what I have. Still looking good, Miss Emma. All right. King always. What the hell is that? All right, I have Randy, I have Sena, I have Barb, and Crystal, thank you for the silver stars. What is that, King always? All right. Has my ex Aries had any thoughts about making an impulsive decision? Thank you, Trina. All right. You're not liking your options so far. All right, let's see. Whenever we don't like our new options, we always go back to the past. All right, let's see. So has your ex Aries had any thoughts about all right, well, you have the Chariot card, so let's see. Let's see her energy. There's your Aries, King of Wands. Now, what's her feelings towards you? I mean, she's showing up. It's the Death card. So right now it looks like she's pretty much made a decision and committed to moving forward. She's focusing on her future and focusing on moving forward. So she's changing. She's going through some internal transformation. But right now I'm picking up on an energy of she hasn't changed her decision much yet. How does she feel about you? She still has feelings for you. There's still unconditional love for you. What's her block with you? Queen of Pentacles. She wants to be independent. She's focusing on her own independency. Is she into the opposite sex? Has she changed her interest? Or she just wants to hang out with friends? She's wanting to be independent, be around the females, be around her sisters. But right now, her decision to move forward and be on her own is still showing up pretty straightforward here. The fact that she has the Empress for how she feels about you, though, definitely says that she still has love for you. You always have a place with her. She's a sorority president. Well, there you go. So it looks like she's hanging out with her sisters. So nothing's changed with her, but the feelings, I mean, you're always going to be there in her heart, right? So just nothing's changed right now. So you're not liking your options so far. What's going on with you? The Two of Swords. King of Cups. You're picky. You're being difficult. You're blinding yourself on purpose. This is for somebody else. This is Randy's reading. It seems like there's you're torn, but you're choosing not to like anybody. So there's something internal that you're doing that you're choosing not to be interested in the options that you have. You're not feeling them. Well, you're not ready. You're really not ready to move on. You're wanting your ex. Is there anybody coming towards you? I see 4 swords, 3 of cups, and the 5 of cups. You know, I see some light casual talking and hanging out with people, but it does seem like you're pretty much wanting to be quiet and on your own, and you're still processing. You're not feeling it. You're not feeling it. You're not ready to pick yourself up and just go for it. When you're in the mood to go for it, you're the King of Cups. There's going to be plenty of options for you. But you're not feeling your options right now. So it does say you got to keep picking yourself up and get back out there. Don't give up because a couple options are not working. I am seeing there's some light conversation. There could be some new people coming around you. And there's still opportunity for you to date or have some good times, but you've got to apply yourself. And it looks like you're really, on one hand, you want to, but on the other hand, you'd rather sleep. You'd rather stay home. You're just not, there's a part of you that's just not feeling it. You just want it to happen. You don't want to have to make it happen. And I can't change that. But you're showing up as the King of Cups, so it makes me feel like you are ready. It's just that when you decide internally that you really are and that you really want it. But who you hanging out with, you know? Maybe it's about the people or the places where you're going. Maybe you don't. Look, I know the dating market sucks, so I don't have any excuses for you. I don't know how to make it any easier. I don't know how to make it any easier for anybody. Honestly, I think people's expectations of what they expect in relationships are too high. I don't think people are looking in the mirror at our age, where we're at, you know, what's going on, what's available. You know, I think that there's just a lot of expectations that and fears that stop people from letting in love, you know, or judging people before they get a chance to unfold. But I don't even know if that's true. I just know the dating market sucks. And you really do have to make an honest attempt to make it work if you want to make it work. You know? So that's what I have for you. But I do see there is, you know, if you're wanting to hang out, there's room to grow here with somebody. We're in eclipse energy, guys. So I hope I'm not being like, you know, two Wednesday Addams. Yeah. Yeah, I think judgmental, Randy, I think people's expectations and being I think people expect people to show up at the front door being perfect, and relationships grow together, you know, and nobody's I don't know. I mean, we could debate this all day long. There's so many. There's what I'm seeing is there's nothing, a King of Cups showing up for you is showing that there's nothing, you're not doing anything wrong and it's available for you, but you've got to put forth more effort. There's nothing, I'm not seeing a block from you. I'm not seeing in those cards. It's just that you can't give up too soon. I know it's very tiring for everybody. I know that. That's why I do agree on the conservative side. Like when we're younger, if we would just get married and stay married and not have to deal with this shit when we're older. Things don't get easier when you get older. It's like just stay together and make it work. All right. Feelings and intentions towards me. How does he feel about me and his intentions? We are not in a relationship yet, but okay, Amber. But we see each other regularly. I'm Aries and he's an Aquarius. Towards you. All right, well, he does have feelings for you. He may not always wear them on his sleeve, but he's definitely got feelings growing towards you. He desires you, very sexually attractive to you. And he's not ready to let go or put you down. He's not ready to... But he's not going to act desperate. He's not going to act like he needs you all the time. He's just not going to do it. Yeah. So he's not somebody that is going to be mushy-gushy and all over you and... but he's got more feelings than he lets on. All right. He has the 10 of Wands. What pulls him towards you is the Page of Cups. You know, expressing feelings doesn't come... Yeah, it doesn't come easy for him. It's not easy for him. He doesn't like to seem vulnerable. And it looks like he has a lot. He works a lot. But what draws him to you is how cute you are and sweet you are. And he does feel comfortable around you. But it is not easy for him. You know, he may seem like you're a little bit younger, a little bit naive, a little bit sweeter. But it's just his personality. What's his intentions? The Strength card. You know, he is trying to see where this goes. He just wants it to kind of grow naturally. But he doesn't like to be vulnerable and lose control of his feelings. So he is not, he really is tight. He's a tight guy. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be, that could be it too. You know, he has to keep his shit together or he doesn't know what to expect. He could lose everything. So he may have too much to lose. That's why he keeps it to himself. But he does have feelings for you. You know, he may be afraid of causing problems in his workplace. I don't feel like he wants anything to change just yet because it might cause problems. But that doesn't stop the fact that he has feelings for you and they continue to grow. No, it doesn't seem like it's ended with him, but it's not moving forward either. Not yet. He doesn't want anything to change because it could cause problems. So the feelings are mutual, but he's not, his intentions are to keep things the way they are. He's not trying to change the relationship the way it is, because it looks like he could cause a lot of problems. He could disrupt where he works. Yeah. So if it's been that long and it's staying the same, it's going to continue to stay the same. You can have feelings for people for a long time, but if you're going to lose your job or lose something in your life, you know, they're not going to pursue it. Not yet anyways. Not until it's safer. I don't see him with anybody else. I see he's drawn to you. He doesn't look like he's with anybody else. And you got the King of Cups here. He seems very drawn to you. Does that work? Trina, thank you. Yeah, that's the Page of Cups. He flirts with you and he has a crush on you. And so he does. He does like you. But again, yeah, like he has feelings, but it's just not moving forward. You're welcome. All right, Miss Barb. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, just rented my inherited house out. Outcome good. Let's check in on the house. Outcome good or bad? All right. Well, you're going to have to make sure you create some strong rules and regulations. But it could bring you in some good money. I would say that you need to create some ground rules on what is really important to you when it comes to the house, because there are going to be some things that will be costly. Like, I'm not a landlord either, but there are some things that you just know are gonna, you can't, perfectionism when it comes to landlord, those two just create problems. What are you willing and what are you not willing to tolerate when it comes to somebody living in your house? Because tenants just, It's not their place. Even you can have, I've always been, I take pictures before and after, I always try, but it doesn't matter. It's not my place, you know, and wear and tear, you treat things differently when you own them. So this could be a good, you know, money maker. But I would say you have to, like I said, defend your position when it comes to what you will and will not tolerate. You know, the Five of Cups, you might have to cut some losses at the end. When it comes to the way, you know, that's you might have to cut some losses. That's crying over spilt milk. Not everything's going to be perfect. And there are going to be some things that piss you off. There are going to be some headaches. There are going to be some, you know, well, I guess I got to pay for this, you know. But it looks like overall it is worth your investment. You will get a return of investment. So the answer is looking good, even with the Lovers card. It is looking good. This could be in alignment with you being very successful with making some money and things coming back. Any advice for you, though? You know, like I said, there's the Ten of Pentacles. It's just kind of taking inventory and taking serious inventory of what is in there, what's yours, details to everything. Don't let things slip or slide. But, and you don't have to let it be known what it is that you're willing to let slide, but make sure you have a very up-to-date list of, you know, your inventory. So that looks good. Now, the second, so, and someone else you feel like just took advantage of you. What will be the outcome? Will that outcome be favorable? I see the Ace of Wands. What's the challenge? What was the problem? The Justice card. It looks like the outcome will be favorable because it looks like something's going to weigh on them, or they feel guilty about that specific thing that it's on their mind. So if you do feel like somebody took advantage of you, it's going to weigh on their mind. And I see possible next actions. I see the Four of Cups. It's like it really feels bad for them. They may seem unbothered on the outside, and they might at first refuse to look at their actions or their conscience, but they have a conscience. And so whatever it is, it looks like there will be a favorable outcome. And I even have the Page of Cups. So there may even be a somewhat of a, you know, sweet apology or a gift or something in return. Any advice for you with this? Four of Wands. Ground rules. I'm getting ground rules. Whatever it is that you are with this person, you always got to go back to your roots. You got to go back to your values. Go back to home base. Go back to what brings you peace and joy and contentment and your rooted beliefs, your family, and how you wish to be treated, how you know you should be treated, your integrity, your rules, your laws. I keep forgetting that I don't have the cards put over here. So I was reading this entire time, but I was talking here. I'm sorry. So I am seeing here that that's what it comes down to, your laws and rules and regulations, this entire thing. So you may be being tested. Are you going to stay true, hold your boundaries, defend your position? In both scenarios. I'm sending you love, Miss Barb. All right, and then one more. Interested in Aries girls, whatever comes out with the timeline. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see what the cards want to tell me, because timelines... Mr. King. Mr. King. All right, so this could be a slow progress. So timeline, I do have the Ace of Cups. All right, Mr. King, I do have the Ace of Cups. You're interested in an Aries girl. Now, this is a new relationship, new feeling, new opening, and new possibilities. So it's looking good. It looks like, you know, something is getting started here. So let's see her feelings. I see the Magician card. So right now it looks like you both kind of feel attracted to each other. Things are moving slow though, because, you know, sometimes slow is better. You know, it takes time. Move slow, things are more stable, but, you know, maybe kind of being cautious, kind of figuring things out. But it looks like right now, initially, you both feel some pull to one another and attraction with one another. So what needs to happen? What do you need? And Five of Cups, maybe you've got to make the move. Page of Pentacles, you got to test the waters. You got to take the next step. You got to initiate. Take it slow. You know, don't rush in with the Page of Cups if you're afraid to get rejected. You know, take it slow, step by step, get to know her and figure her out her patterns, figure out what she wants. Women are confusing. So I would say right now you are at a pretty good starting phase with this woman or this girl, and anything is possible with these energies. You both like what you see, but you've got to initiate. You got to test it. You got to make it happen. But I am getting slowly. So when we're looking at timeline, you got earthy energies. This can go slow as molasses, or it can go... If you're in separation now, then it could be slow. You know, I can't guarantee anything. But it does look like you have, you know, that could make sense. If you're in separation, maybe, you know, you're still dealing with it, but you got to give it some more time. With the Page of Pentacles. So I would say you got to give it some more time, take it slow. You can't rush in, but I do see that you both still have some attraction for one another. And this can be a reconciliation as well. You know, you're carrying a lot of weight here, a lot of burdens with this, so you got to give some time to heal. All right, guys. No. Listen to the reading, because there's no hate in that. You got to listen to the reading. The Ace of Cups and the Magician says you both still are attracted to one another. You both still have feelings for one another. There's no hate in there. You're welcome. Thank you, Angel, for hanging out. The outcome is, you guys, the Page of Pentacles. So taking it slow, testing the waters, and initiating. Let me pull one card. Will you guys get back together? Yes or no? Right now, it's showing separation. So right now, it's showing that right now, you're not getting back together just yet. You need more time. And that's what I was saying in the reading. So the way things are right now, the reason why I don't like to give solid outcomes is because the current energy is showing that you guys are separated with the Five of Cups. And it's showing right now that things are done right now for the time being. But the Ace of Cups and the Magician says you guys still have feelings for you, so anything is possible at this moment. All right, we're asking too many questions. I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday. Remember, Sunday's readings will be out. They are for September, the month of September.